That's it?
That's
Dengar's. Second shot. My shots. Nothing. Checking for range.
remember, Banks, I think, might be a little Banks hard
I'll TLT.
I believe I interrupt after the second one, right?
I think it's after the second shot, Dengar shoots back. Right?
I think so. I think you get both.
Yeah. I think we're in agreement. Yeah.
We'll play it that way until it comes back and says.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. We had to bring the stream down, and then we had some troubles getting it back up. But we got all the overlays set. You guys haven't missed a whole lot.
First round of shooting right here.
Yeah, this is the first round of combat. We do again apologize. We got thrown in this at the last minute, and we didn't know the stream was down until about halfway through turn one. And you missed our awesome intro, so just trust they were awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were talking. It was fantastic.
So we've got once again Alex Peng from Nashville playing Kanan Biggs with a Zeb shuttle, and then Evan Claussen out of Omaha, Nebraska, running Dengar Boss. A couple interesting notes is there is no extra munitions on Dengar. He's just got the single plasma torp, and it's VI, not Lone Wolf Dengar, which is an interesting build.
Once per round.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
I believe we're talking about Dewey Dengar shot here.
Yeah, and he's put his Dengar Bosk in an interesting place. Bosk is just a little further back so that if Kanan does want to take those TLT shots, Dengar gets to shoot back.
Yes, he does.
so the TL is off for now. Thank you.
And if you max things out on damage, if Dengar gets both his perfect shots and Kanan gets both his perfect shots, that's 4 hits onto Dengar and 6 onto Kanan.
So as we were running around trying to get the stream reloaded, I'm not exactly sure how many shields have been lost so far. I will go update it and be right back.
Yeah, Ben will be right back with a damage update. I'll keep talking and bore you people to death. But we saw this similar opening from Alex last round, where he just is going to skirt that board edge and pepper him with TLTs, keeping Biggs out of the fight, but just trying to soak as much damage as possible, which seems a little strange, seeing as he does have the stress hog on Biggs, which is an addition I quite like a lot, and I think could pay a lot of dividends against this boss. We are getting a shield and hull update now because we are on the far side of the convention hall from the stream table. That way we can speak freely and not have to worry about interrupting the players or giving them some insight. But it also makes it really tricky to see things. So out of the first engage, we just got this in. The Ghost lost all of its shields, and so did Dengar. So a pretty bloody first turn. And if by bloody you mean static discharge of energy fields. Yeah, the other cool thing is the IA minis on Evan's list, which is painted magnificently. He has glued some Dengar and I doubt he's glued them, but Tiki Tac, Dengar and Boss minis, which is a nice touch.
It's a really nice touch. When I ran up there to go look at the shields, I did kind of eyeball the minis before I walked away. That's a bloody first round, honestly. To lose all your shields on Kanan.
He's going to check Dengar's ability once per round with the setting if the attacker is inside the farm. The attacker is inside the farm.
All right, so guys, we did this during the last game. Let's see in the chat.
Yes, they are both at 8-0. We talked about that while we were offline.
Yeah, this is a big match. Whoever wins this game is the only player who gets through all of the Swiss rounds undefeated. Coming into day 2, we had 3 undefeated players. So somebody got paired down, and that was Evan, managed to win his game, and we just had Philip Horney play Alex as the other 2 undefeated, with Alex obviously winning. So whoever wins this game, regardless of what happens in the cut, wins the Swiss at the Hoth Open, which is a grueling 9 rounds to go 9-0. So regardless of how the cut goes, that is something certainly to be proud of, and both of these players showing their shots.
Yeah, the audio stream is a little bit delayed, I believe, from the video stream.
Yeah, you'll hear our comments a few seconds later. So it looks like the IA minis are his target locks.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I like it.
I need to steal this.
I'm definitely stealing this. I mean, as a semi-casual player of the IA, I have lots of minis, which I rarely use. So
Combat, I'll go ahead and raid.
Okay.
That was a brutal game. All right, shots.
Range 2, I believe, from Dengar to Biggs.
Okay.
Right?
So before you roll dice, I'm going to go, so it's a range 2 shot into him. I'm going to check for range on Kanan's ability. So you have a
We're actually going to see Kanan's ability come into play, something we did not see pretty much all of last game.
you know, Karnar Jax pretty much shut him down, or he stayed at range 3.
Yeah, Philip, despite losing, had really good range control, and then Jax just also shut it down. But Alex did manage to win that game out.
Damage. All right, homing missile through a debris.
So it looks like one shield went off of Biggs.
4 on 1.
And now we've got a homing missile into Kanan.
Just to make sure that's clear, that's all with me. Target lock. And guidance chip.
Looks like 3 off the homing missile, 2 hits and a crit.
1, so hit crit.
Yep.
On a hit, crit goes
Let's see
through.
what that crit is.
He's going to split the crit.
He's not. He said, let's see what the crit is.
Okay. I'm going to Boba Fett off your TLT.
That's
So damaged engine on the Ghost, and the TLT has been ripped off by the Galaxy's most fearsome bounty hunter, the Boba Fett. So this is going to make this game real interesting. Which means we should see an early blocking Zeb shuttle. There's no reason to keep him.
Nope, no reason
I
to keep
think
it all.
Kanan's tablet is on the other side of the local rebel. Are you cool with that? Instead of 3, it's a 5.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
So I think this game just got real tricky for Alex. Damaged engine on a Rebel isn't the worst thing because its 1s and 3s are already red. But the strip TLT is kind of the mamma jamma.
The TLT is what's going to get him. You have that wide, broad stretch of the side, has no shot on it.
Yeah.
Means you got to bring Kanan in to shoot. And the hard turn, you can't get back in.
Do we get the Zeb early, or does he stay inside to get the rear arc? Because he is funneling them into a crit, to where if they want to chase, they have to stay in that rear arc. Or do you abuse the Ray's ability to store up focus and 5K a little more liberally?
So one of the Twitch comments said he didn't like Dengar's placement, but I get it because Dengar wants the extra shot if Big shoots at him. He is funneling behind him. I think you at least keep the shuttle for a little bit. You've got enough hole left. You can take a couple more shots before you have to deploy.
Right, and I also think if you look at where Dengar is, if he would have gone straight, there's a chance he would have landed on that stress pad, but I think he also wanted to get out of the way so Boss could get that super important homing missile.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because as much as we love Bosk, he's a big boy. You can get behind Bosk.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and if heaven forbid if this Biggs can get behind Boss and stress him to pieces, that's going to make Boss like a living nightmare, only 2 banking around the board.
That's it. Absolutely. So we're placing dials down.
Yeah, so we have seen all kinds of crazy builds. Just looking at the Twitch chat here, there's been all kinds of crazy stuff over both courses of the day. We'll get this video feedback in a minute, folks. And we've seen all kinds of weird stuff. I've seen a Han Miranda today. I haven't gotten a chance since I've been stuck here in the audio booth to really look at what qualified to day 2. We'll try to get an update that on the gap between this match and the top 16. But we've got our own Dion running a weird Paratani with instead of Manaru, he's just opted for a Scout with an agromech to get the not the agromech, excuse me, the one that lets you spend stress to get focus. And there's been some interesting choices to adapt to what we learned from Naboo in the new FAQ.
Yeah. It's been interesting to watch it. I haven't seen anywhere near as many defenders today. Didn't see a lot of Palp yesterday.
Where did all the strikers come from?
Yeah, we saw a lot of strikers yesterday. I saw 2 5-striker lists.
And one of them did rather well, and I think it was on the stream yesterday.
He was.
So I know most of these are going to get uploaded to the YouTube, so definitely go try to find that match. There's been a lot of interesting stuff, but I think the common thread is we are in a big ship meta.
Absolutely.
I think just about every list has a big ship in it.
Yeah. And as I was down in the bottom ranks of the salt mines yesterday, tables 65 down to 111.
Ben had a good day, everybody.
It was a good day, 3 and 4. Yeah, you saw a lot of what we call classic meta at the bottom tables.
Yeah, it kind of felt like we went back in time.
Yeah.
With the striker replacing the Phantom.
Yeah, that's really it.
Because it kind of fits that same adaptive, hard-hitting Chief TIE Fighter role. Except now you get 2 for the price of 1.
That's true. That's exactly it. You still get 4 dice. So 3 dice. It's amazing watching a striker do an adaptive aileron, then a hard 1, and then a barrel roll, and ending up about where he left.
Yeah, their corner is his front corner touches where his back corner was. It's a lot of fun.
Nope, not frozen.
No, they're just taking a decent amount of time to plan. Kanan's got some tough choices to make. Because we can see both Boss and Dengar's dials are down, and there are no Rebel dials left on the table. If you look at the top of your screen, you can see one of them hasn't even picked up yet.
Well, part of the reason why the meta doesn't look varied is because you're only seeing the top table. We're not rotating around the camera. And both these gentlemen are excellent flyers. I've watched Alex fly at a couple regionals. He knows exactly what he's doing and how he does it.
I mean, they are both 8-0 at this point.
Yeah, 8-0.
That's a tough day.
And we've seen a lot of Dengar Boss at lower tables and not this top. So
yeah.
It always comes down to actual player skill.
I also like the choice of the VI on Dengar. Like,
I do.
Lone Wolf is great. It keeps him alive longer, but being able to move ahead of those VI chirpies, to move ahead of heaven forbid you see a Phantom or a Duchess or a Poe, it really just opens you up to do Dengar things, the things that he wants to do with that barrel roll.
Getting to do it first. I'm a big believer. You put that crit through fast, those crits add up some damage, like a damaged engine.
So now's going to be the interesting thing. When do we see that shuttle pop out?
All right. So bank there.
He's doing a 3 bank.
No shuttle yet. He's going to try to take advantage of that rear arc, even though it's kind of pointed in an odd direction. But this is something we didn't see last game. We're seeing Biggs kind of left out to dry here.
Yeah. And so I guess he's trying to
pretty sure that I'm going to
use Biggs as that target, keep Kanan until we get around the side.
So he can get a good shot with his rear arc and a good place to drop off his epic pool.
Now there's a healthy amount of Mind Link and Mirandas out there. You're just not seeing it on the stream.
Yeah.
We are seeing a lot of TLTYs. So a lot of Thug Life.
Yeah, I'm not salty about that at all.
Checking the bigs.
Just gazing down the table in front of us. I do see a lot of ghosts back here on tables. 30, 32, and 34. So they're all playing in the top still. Looking for the cut.
And I will say, those of you that have just joined us for game number 2, you guys missed the great musical stylings of game number 1, so go back and watch that on YouTube. As we had Philip Horny serenading us for most of the match. This match is far less musical, as it's got real tense real early with that ripped off TLT.
There's been very little mana rule. I've seen it. And I've seen it played, but I've seen a lot more contracted scout with the Italian Island.
Yeah, everyone got real scared, which seems weird to me. Because you get a little pilot skill bump with Manaru. I think it's a 2-point bump. But I guess you really need those 2 points other places.
So we're in firing right now.
Okay, take 1.
And Biggs Blue takes another damage.
That means Biggs is shooting.
Unobstructed.
Crit, blind pilot.
Target lock.
Okay. 2. Yes. Ben?
Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this into just 2 regular damage when that crit hits. Because you'll evade the 1.
So it looks like Biggs is taking another 2 as he rolled 1 of 8 to Boss hit crit, and Boss splits the damage down.
Am I allowed to check arc on before I shoot? Am I check his arc?
I'll pop the integrator for one, so one can stay.
I'd like to know too.
That's it. Biggs has no shot. I think I have a shot on Dengar.
Looks like someone bumped the camera. We'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we're getting on right on that. We'll also get a damage check while we're up there. The thing you guys got to realize is, since we do have a camera set up at table number 1, and this is the 8-0 match to see who goes through undefeated, there is a swamp of people around that table.
Spend the target lock, reacquire. Focus for 4 hits.
Yep. Spend that, take 2. Okay. Focus for 2 hits or 3 hits and a crit.
Alright, 2. Lightweight. So evade, shield, crit. I will attack.
So 3 left.
See what's stress. That's my expertise. Okay, I will shoot. Let's go ahead. Well, first I can shoot. No. We'll go ahead and go on Terrak, I guess. 3. Target lock. I'll get it back with.
Sorry about that, guys. Somebody bumped our camera. We had to go fix it.
Be my normal shot.
We should be recentered now.
Yep. I don't think I'll head in a range 2.
First, he's doing a 1 straight.
We're now in turn, I believe this is turn 5.
Yep.
Go ahead and Rex back. He's doing a 2 hard.
Art goes to.
Biggs gonna focus.
Doing a 1 forward.
Are you checking for obstruction? Or yeah. Isn't it going other place?
K4. Go there. Focus.
Boss grabs the target lock on Kanan, which is an interesting choice, with Big sitting right out in front of him.
Okay.
We're trying to get this camera recentered, folks. Give us just a moment.
Who's a pot shot in there? Banner here. There's 2.
K4, focus.
Start of combat. Let's see. Not gonna ray.
Okay. I believe that's range 2. Can you check it for me?
Yep, range 2.
Okay. Range 2, Dengar to Biggs. And target lock. Focus.
Spend it. I'll spend it. So,
Hit crit.
Hit crit goes into Kanan from Dengar with love.
console fire.
And Kanan is now on fire.
Okay.
Pulling the
And
console
then
fire
range
out of
2,
the deck.
boss
Which is not what
at him.
Kanan wants to see. He needs every focus he can get.
Hit crit.
Damage sensor array.
Okay.
Alright. Whatever good it'll do.
Check the range on Dingo. Got it.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
looks like no shot on boss, so I have to shoot Dengar. Alright, shooting Dengar, range 3. Spends target lock. Spend it for 4.
Alright. I really should have saved that focus. You got him. It's going to be hit crit.
2 hits on the crit.
2 hits of a crit onto Dengar.
Shaking pilot. That's enough.
Dengar's not going straight, and I think he may be dead. Yep, Dengar is out of the fight.
And I spend the focus.
Yep.
This is going to be a lot for Boss to clean up, but I think he may have the firepower to do it, especially with Kanan being on fire with a damaged engine.
I don't think so. I think it was hit crit natural.
Okay. I don't know.
Were any of you guys watching then?
Yeah, I was watching.
Did he spend his target lock? I think it was a hit crit natural on 2 dice. Okay.
No.
Thank you.
The guy is starting up. Yep.
Or the first one to kill Dengar today. Or yesterday.
Ever?
Yeah.
Normally your games are over by now. You've won.
Yep. Each one of the guy. Oh no, actually Nora. I'm sorry. Okay, Nora. You have initiative. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. So I got range 2. Sir.
Okay. I'll get it.
3 dice. Yep. 10 folks. Yep. 4 dice. Yep. 4 dice in the game. Target lock. Yep. 4 hits. Makes 2.
So guys, we're just sitting here in the planning phase, trying to get some tech problems worked out as our players set dials. We've got a dead X-Wing and a dead Dengar. Kanan is hurting. He's got no TLT. He is on fire. And so it's gonna be a rough day, and we'll see when this Zeb shuttle comes out. But Boss seems to be still feeling pretty good as Dengar took pretty much all of that hate. But Boss being a one agi ship, you can burst him down pretty quickly with that rear firing arc of the Ghost, especially if you can manage to close to range 1. Guys, for complaining about the stream quality, it's the best we can do here. We are uploading through a cell phone data plan. That's all the internet we could get here. So we're trying to bring you the best X-Wing we can with the resources at our disposal.
It looks like 1 frame per second, but literally they're just not doing anything.
Yeah, then there's a lot of planning. We're in the planning phase. Alex has got some tough choices on what to make with that Ghost. But the stream upload is a little laggy.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't see a swarm at all yesterday. I saw it in some hangar bays, but I didn't see it in the actual tournament itself.
Yeah, there were no TIE swarms. I heard there were a bunch of M3As running around there. Someone was running down with a sickness. The 5 Mangler M3As.
This is currently round 9, so this will be the final round before the cut. No, you're more than welcome to bust them. We're both brand new at this. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we are complete scrubs.
Yep. Dion's playing in this escalation cut, so he's grabbed me. I've known Dion for a little while from a couple big tournaments, and he grabbed me. So yeah, feel free to make fun of us. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't run and readjust the camera one more time. This always happens on the stream. Someone plays on the far side.
Yeah. The other fun thing about our tech setup here is we're on the far side of the room, and we've got someone at the camera because the camera goes to sleep every 30 minutes. So if you see a brief cutout and interruption, that's probably our camera go to sleep. We got to push a button to bring it back online. So there we go. We're getting a little more action for you guys, especially with the ship being on this side of the board. It's going to help us out a lot. As Kanan finally makes that 5K round, trying to bring that front cannon to bear. Which my guess here is he wants to try to bump Boss next turn, fly past him, get one more parting shot with his rear arc before popping the shuttle. Because if he can manage to get behind Boss, he'll be in pretty good shape. But he's got to thread that needle first.
TTCC, you're talking tech. I have no idea what's going on with that.
We'll try to see what we can do in between this and the top 8 cut, but I don't want to bring the stream down during a match to try to fix.
Yeah.
We would much rather get at least some low quality of the game.
So the 4K I liked. I was standing next to it when I saw it happen.
Yeah, I like it too. I was talking about that a little bit. When you can now go forward and try to bump Boss.
Again.
You try to flip around on him again and follow him around because he's really hard to turn around. Lo and behold, who would have thought?
Who would have thought that?
But he's got to survive the space shot first.
Absolutely. Woo.
That's a lot of damage. That is a whole lot of damage.
It's like 4 damage and he. 3 damage.
The crit. So 2.
Okay. That's 3. Okay. Banked. Fire control.
Dials.
Man. You get that big face. I'm losing, that's why I have to cheat. Oh God, now it's chicken. How was that? Yeah, I know, right? Like overloading on caffeine. I paid my 5 shield token. Focus. Sleep on the floor. Can I go? 2 turns? Yep. You could stay there.
It's also kind of confusing for us here because we're on the far side of the room, and the mic we have, the open mic at the table, can hear about the next 3 games. So if we hear someone doing a 2-turn or rolling attack dice, it's kind of hard for us to tell what's going on, just as it is for you guys. But here we go. I would not be surprised to see a stop here from Boss.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
But Kanan does that too to clear his stress, and still manages to give him an action.
Oh. He pulls the model off, so I wonder if that means he's moving. We're going to check the hole one more time.
We've sent our runner to get a hull update for us. We'll be back with it in just a moment, hopefully before the next round of combat starts, so we can go into the round with a nice, quick, clean update. But this is a tense turn. Boss is in an interesting spot. If Kanan not going for the intentional bump, if Boss did choose to stop, that could spell doom for our blind Jedi.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and deploy the attack shuttle.
The attack shuttle does come out. I like it. I imagine we are going to see a 2-turn here. Oh, the 1 turn.
That makes him stressed.
Thought we might see a 2-turn with a barrel roll to try to get at that range 1. But Boss does the hard stop.
So right now, Kanan is down to his 9 damage on him.
Ooh, he's on his last hull.
Damage sensor array and damage engines.
Yes. That's rough.
I believe that's why I deployed the shuttle now.
Yeah. And I believe this will be a toasted Kanan as he is pulled off the board.
Stack them all up.
Right, direct hit, and then blinded pilot.
That is a super dead Kanan with 3 hits, one of them being a direct. So it is Zeb versus a full health Boss. This is going to be both of them are stressed. But I think Boss being able to abuse that stop will really help him get back around.
Alright, back to dials.
That's a rough place to be.
Yeah. I actually think Zeb is kind of okay. He can do, I believe the attack shuttle is got the 1 banks that are green. It can then go and barrel roll and get out of Boss fire arc to try to take a more favorable engagement.
The auto blaster will help. If you get on the side of him. outside that arc.
But I think for this game, he's really going to need to rely on getting behind him, predicting his moves properly, knowing when that stop is coming, and using that primary cannon.
A lot of options.
Bank.
So we'll see how he decides to play this. As silly as it sounds,
Oh, he was already
the 47-point boss can get brought down by the 20-odd point shuttle.
Absolutely.
It's the nature of boss. I imagine Evans got enough chops though to be able to navigate out of that situation, but it should make for some interesting maneuvers. It's interesting that they are both stressed.
But you can always do the three hard. That being stressed.
Yep, it's true.
And right now,
And that is a
That's
move the
exactly
shuttle
what I would
cannot
do.
match, but I think the shuttle's going to really have to abuse its barrel roll.
Look at that. I think we got something.
Yeah, the shuttle opting to do a white maneuver and not clearing its
All right,
stress.
shots.
That could be rough.
Need one.
there's one.
There's one hit,
Last turret.
and looks like he evades out of it.
Auto blaster.
You had it, Ross. You had it.
And there was one shield.
Well, you didn't deploy the fins. That's why. Yeah.
We need to maneuver correctly.
That's guaranteed dodge.
Two shields.
Zeb's clawing it back.
What we create inside
Things we
drag,
never thought would
right?
happen.
Tighter corner.
Andrew.
I said if you can get auto blaster to work every time, you can do
Now,
it.
that was a ballsy move from Boss. Look at where that next asteroid is.
I see it.
Is this where Zeb can kind of gain a little ground, but he's continuing to two-turn, keeping that stress.
Well, I think it's because he's going to be behind him now.
Yeah.
Is there going to be?
Well, I think that 3 turns can get him out. It's gonna we can't see if that hit the rock or not.
All right, combat.
Boss doesn't much care about that rock though.
Looks like no rock.
Well, yeah. Well, you wouldn't get an action anyway. No die is being rolled for the rock, so
They're measuring the side because
from here it looks like he's got it.
You hold your.
yes, you can always hear Richard Sue in the background.
Yeah,
We have some theories he's actually a clone.
and he's everywhere all the time.
They're just Sues stationed across the country to play X-Men.
One.
Or he's a robot.
He could be a robot. That's true.
Victory.
Too bad.
Just one and an evade out.
That was a quick dial for Zeb. He's I imagine we're going to see the 2-turn again.
I imagine so. So the question is, do you just constantly just 3-turn boss?
I think you create a death circle. Absolutely.
I think so.
You're at this point you've got better dice mods with you don't really or more dice period that you can kind of leave that stress, fly over that stress field, not feel too terrible about it. But I really think it's up to Alex to change the board state here.
Last I saw, he still had inertial dampeners.
I would love initial dampeners.
Well, it's because AT Crow can't spell and I couldn't read. So
Yeah, that's true.
time left on the match is hard for us to see. The computer is right behind a column.
It's still. I mean, I would say we're probably about halfway through the round. This round took off real quick with Dengar trading out real quick for Kanan.
It really did.
Brock has no shot. Oh, no, man. Oh, sorry. Nora does have a shot.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just keep seeing that 3-turn trundling around the board
That's it.
because the range only helps Boss because he doesn't want to get too close for that auto blaster cannon. But Alex did make that one bank, which which cleared him of the stress.
No damage on the debris field.
No one's really shocked by that. I cannot exactly see which token Zeb took.
Long
But as we learned from last game, Zeb cannot target lock.
He cannot target lock. He can do many things, but he can't do that. All right.
One hit was rolled. I mean, I think he spent the evade token. So Zeb's doing his darndest here. Zeb is doing his darndest.
Yeah, I'm real surprised the initial too hard turn on the shuttle on Zeb. That
Well,
surprised
he
me.
did the one turn, which was red. If he would have done the two turn, that's white. I was expecting a two-turn barrel roll to try to get out of that arc. But he's done this a few more times than we have, so there had to be some logic there.
There's a reason why you and I ride in the pine.
Yeah, that's why we are on the those. It's like those who cannot do teach. Those who are suck at X-Wing commentate.
Yeah, the only way to kill Bosk is to get behind him. And right now with that hard 3,
That large base hard 3 for that slow shuttle is really tricky.
Range 2.
I think Zeb really has to try to vie for a bump here to get a turn to reposition.
Boss dice have been terrible. That was a miss.
Boss dice have been bad. I will say that this game probably should have been over, but he's taking that into effect when he's not clearing the stress. So he's not affording himself those dice mods. So he's got to commit himself to the dice god.
Yes, Alex is a top player. He's currently undefeated. So.
Yeah, both of these players, for those of you just tuning in, both of these players are playing to see who wins Swiss. Chances are both of these players are going to make the top cut, especially because the MOV for this game is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Both players are going to get a really good chunk of MOV from each other, regardless of how this goes down.
Let's see, it's going to be close.
Does Zeb get the bump he's been hoping for?
Oh, bank away.
Green maneuver, K4, lose off the stress. Alright.
So he's going to clear one stress and gain him a target lock.
Yeah, that target lock is going to be crucial.
But if Zeb lives, he's at range 1.
Hopefully.
Get some more auto blaster damage in.
4 long that evade.
Uh-oh, this may be it.
Oh.
So it's after I roll my red dice.
Okay.
Before you roll your greens, I pick 1 token.
I see.
So he's blocking the evade.
And that looks like 4 symbols. I can't tell if any of those are focused. And there it is. There's the handshake. Looks like Evan is going to be our Swiss champion, defeating Alex from Nashville. So congrats to Omaha Sparta Games and to Evan for going undefeated through all of these grueling rounds of X-Wing. That rip of the TLT.
That TLT is why you love Boba Fett.
And that was close, too, because after that homie missile shot and after the target lock, there was only a hit and a crit. And so, but with Kanan, that's all you need. And so the Boba Fett going through and Dengar being able to go in on that Elf Strike, that first turn, do exactly what he needed to do to clear off those shields, allowing Boba to get in there. Really shows that Evan's played this list a lot, and he's got the tempo and the rhythm and the pacing down.
And I think with this list, you expect Dengar to go. I mean, he's your initial assassin.
Yeah, which is funny to me because I would play this list totally different, and I would be losing in Assault Mines.
Exactly. We'd be down here, table 100.
I like to protect my Dengar a lot, and I'm really bad at boss, period. But that was a good game. That was a tense game. Watching Alex fight under pressure. Losing, just taking a beating with Kanan so early.
I self-implode all the time.
But yeah, Ben, closing comments.
You hate to say that's an eventual end, but when you lose TLT that early,
yeah, on turn
it's a rough game to pull back.
Turn of shooting, the TLT goes down.
Yeah, it's hard to recover from that.
But guys, it's been fun. I have no idea who's going to be casting the top 8 games. We'll see how Dion does. Me and Ben may be back. We may not be. One of us may be. One of us may not be.
You may have fired us by now.
Yeah, we're
probably
probably
money to make a stop.
We're probably going to get fired. Yeah, hit up the Patreon for Gold Squadron Podcast and send them a note saying never let Ryan and Ben from Knoxville ever do this again. Because really, let's be honest, money talks.
Exactly. You pay that man, he will take us off the internet.
Yeah.
So.
And guys, we're gonna mute ourselves. We'll leave the mic at the table open so you guys can hear chitter chatter in the background. and we're gonna go try to get some stuff set up for the top 8 cut. We will bring a update as soon as we know who those top 8 players are, and we'll try to figure out what their lists are as well. So, guys, we're bringing the audio down, and we'll be back in a little while. And as soon as we know about when that's going to happen, we will come back and update you all. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Ryan for the Gold Squadron Podcast.
Is it Ben?
I mean, like,
But that's hard.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, do you need a sack?
I think I had a set from last time, so let's just split it. Yeah.
Richard, I need a sack?
Yeah.
I didn't even